Hey everybody, this is Dr. J. Kamal and Arjun streaming live from the East Coast. From the East Coast, Arjun said too many tremors, too many quakes out west, and he said, "This
Yep.
is not for me. I'm heading east where the ground is still."
Yep.
All right,
And right
well,
now it's flooding. It's flooding in San Francisco. My
Happy New
timing
Year,
is perfect.
Arjun. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Andrew was just remarking that you've been ghosting us.
I've been busy moving out of California, but now I'm settled, sort of ish.
Andrew also points out that it paid off my faithfulness to Geron. It did
Oh,
pay off.
nice.
I cashed in all my Geron chips the other day at 380 or something like that. I paid, my average was about 2.25, so I did well. And I'm going to go back in probably tomorrow. Start going in tomorrow on
Yeah.
Geron. It popped on good data. You know what drug they have? They have an MDS drug, just like CTIC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, theirs is not a JAK inhibitor. These JAK inhibitors are a dime a dozen, apparently. But theirs is it works on telomeres. Is that how you say it? Telomeres? Telomere, the tail of the cell.
Okay.
Telomeres. I'll let you share screen. You could talk
Yeah.
energy. We have this. The focus today will be mainly energy. We'll talk a little Geron, a little linear cell technology, a little CRISPR, a little
Yeah.
a little. What else did I write? I don't remember. We'll look at some biodrec in addition to energy. But
Yeah.
energy is paid off for Arjun in a big way, and he thinks it's going to continue to pay off.
I think so. We can just do two of my energy ones because I don't want to bore people with. I have a long list, but
No,
we don't.
nobody gets bored if they're going to make money. It's
But
never
I haven't.
boring. It's never boring to make money.
Yeah, that's true. But I want to start with what Kamal was interested in. Maybe we can each make a little prediction, or we can share our opinion on what we think the S&P is going to do throughout this year. What I found really interesting when I was looking yesterday is so I just was doing the weekly because the daily was just kind of making my head hurt. And it looks
How's
like,
that? You got a bigger screen.
yeah, it looks like from what I'm seeing, I mean, we had drawn these key levels earlier in the year. Um, I think you had even mentioned the worst case for last year, we would maybe see 340. We never really quite got there, but we saw
Mike
340.
Wilson was predicting 320 last year.
Yeah, but I think we had both kind of concluded something in the 340-ish
Well,
range,
didn't it? Didn't
basically
it?
where
Didn't
it
it? Didn't it get there? What was the low? 348.
348. Yeah, that's close. That's close. But so let's call it 350 though. But what I've just been what's interesting, right? That's the 50 week or the 200 week. So it seemed to bounce off that level real nice, and then every time it's gone to that 50 week, it seemingly just died. Um, so I'm curious as the year goes on. I think we're gonna start the year pretty boring. I think we're gonna just kind of slowly bounce between these levels. So what's the 50 week is 404, the 200 weeks 366. I think the first I'll just guess the first 3 months we'll just bounce between that $40 range. We'll confuse everyone. No one's going to know what happens. And then that's when the 50 and 200 maybe will get closer together. And then you'll have this convergence pattern. And then we'll see I think I agree with Kamal. I'll do maybe like 2-to-1 odds. It makes a new high above 410 before it makes a new low before 348. But we'll see. I think
What about the descending trend line from the beginning of the year? It's got 4 hits on it. You think it?
Yeah, that's the worry. It's that basically that 50 week is just going to become resistance, and then maybe it'll cross down. So
Have you seen that trend line? I draw it all the time. The one that begins Jan 4th and then goes.
yeah, yeah,
Everyone
let's
talks about
draw
that
it.
line.
This one.
I can't shut this doggone heater.
This is a perfect trend line that you had mentioned. Yeah. So basically, I'm looking for it to converge into this like triangle kind of thing
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
and then
we've drawn that as well. Yeah.
yeah,
What date would it converge in your diagram?
yeah. Let's
Looks like
that
midsummer.
says July actually,
Uh-huh. That
but
makes sense. A half a year of choppiness.
yeah. So I could see 3 to 6 months of just boring, 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 and then something huge might happen after that. I mean, but if it double bounces and makes a double bottom here, I really like the setup for next year, I guess. But
Well,
Kamal's asking about this year.
I like the bounce off the 200, but if you go to the daily, it bounces the other way off the 200.
Yeah,
The 200 is resistance.
that's true. It's kind of a mixed bag here, but I think just my guess is this 348. We might revisit that once this year, but I don't think we're gonna go too much lower than that if we do. I think last year was just very, very confusing to a lot of people, a lot of volatility. I think this year will be a lot more boring.
You want to hear Mike Wilson's target for 23?
Can I guess it? Is it
You can
280?
guess it.
280?
Close, 300.
Okay.
Wow.
He didn't give it as an official target, but he said he could. All their work, they're projecting 3,000 spiders. Now, I don't know if that's his end of year target or middle of the year target. That I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's a huge retracement, but yeah, I mean, maybe. I think I'm more confident in predicting a lot of chop and boring early in the year than I am anything past that.
Professor Omar is with you. He thinks we test the lows one more time, go
Yeah.
through it, probably stop at about 340, turn around and go up sharply the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think that's my bet also. My opinion.
Your opinion is exactly what Professor Omar's opinion is.
So you guys think there is more pain in the next few months?
I think it's chop. I think you're going to see
Professor
chop.
Omar's best bet of the year, CRISPR, got off to a roaring start.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. CRISPR.
Professor Omar's on his game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he caught it at the low. Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do weekly. I've just become I can't even chart daily anymore. It's too much chop everywhere. I like the
CRISPR was up sharply today on a terrible day.
See, I like that he picked it because he picked it right at a level of support historically that's held really well.
Yeah.
So I like that.
He had really good picks, and then he calls me up and he said, I didn't see his text where he changed some of them. So I did the change he asked me, and he went from a huge profit to a small profit on his other picks. In other words, his original picks were better than, at least early on, than the ones he made me change.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, great start. Because like, even if this isn't gonna do well this year, you got it at like a really nice bounce point anyway.
Yeah, no, I think it'll do well. I think he'll make money on CRISPR this year. He owns every stock that he gives. He owns.
Right. Yeah, I'm liking it. I mean, I'd swing it at least up to. What is that? maybe even higher. Maybe I tried. I could see 65. That's nice. 65 is really nice. And then if you can get above that 73 level that I drew, then it's off to the races. Yeah, but I think I like this trading range.
And CRISPR is the leader of the whatever you want to call them, gene editing stocks.
Yeah.
So if CRISPR has a good year, I think they'll all have a good year.
Nice.
As
Yeah, good chart.
CRISPR goes, so go them all.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll do one of my top pick for the year, Ecopetrol.
By the way, people are happy to see you. That's good. That's good news, Arjun. People
Yeah.
are not mad at you. They love you.
Yeah, I missed everybody. It's good to be back. It's good to
I
see
have
the
a
same
brand new
people.
computer with a mouse that keeps going out of the socket. It's bent. My mouse connection is bent.
Yeah, so with this one, I mean, I've outlined it a few times before. I like it because it trades at a multiple of earnings that is way below its worldwide counterparts. Sure, there is risk. I think, you know, a lot of Latin America, it's considered to be this emerging market, and I think a lot of people are a little bit concerned with some of the left policy makers and leaders that they have there. But what I do think is I love the dividends that these have historically paid. Last year, Ecopetrol paid about $2 plus. And so the theme of my year this year is find dividends because nothing else is easy to find these days. I mean, I'll sprinkle in other stuff too, but I also think the equity is undervalued too.
This is your top pick of the year?
It is. I think even without the dividends, I think this should come up, and I think I can get to the 12 to 13 range on the low end. And what I actually think is going to happen is I think this will get back to the $15 level, just based on what I'm reading and seeing with how it's being undervalued given what it sells and what its competitors sell.
Now, PBR on the first day of the year traded down because there was an announcement that the government is putting in a new CEO and they're going to slash the dividend.
Well, they said that, and then he immediately said that they're not going. Oh, the other concern is that they would put price caps on the oil they sell, and they said they're actually going to stay in line with international pricing. So I'm bullish oil for the year regardless because of the structure around OPEC, and now Russia's getting phased out because of sanctions. So
What's
I'm
your
betting
projection for the high of the year on crude?
I think somebody was saying 110. I could see that. I could see it getting back up to the 100, 110 level. But yeah, I mean, for that reason, I like these companies that pay big dividends and are undervalued in the oil market. And so for that reason,
you're not the only picker that picked an oil company. Andy, who was the best picker of us all last year, has BP on top as his number one pick. But BP is, if it goes up, it'll go up 20%.
Do I have the wrong BP here? Yeah, I think British Petroleum.
I think for the year it was up pretty good, maybe 30, 40%.
I can't even find BP.
British Petroleum.
Yeah, but I can't find it on the. Well, let's chart something. I think so. Skyline 4x4 is asking for Tesla. Let's do some Tesla.
Oh, by the way, Tim Kirk says, "Great to see Arjun. Please stop by more often."
Will do. Will do.
Now that you're settled on the East Coast.
Yeah, the timing will work out better now too, because I like this 4:30 time better than I like the 1:30. Tesla, I mean, I haven't looked at this in a while. This has been a disaster.
The chart is broken.
It's been an absolute disaster.
Do you have any Scotch tape? It's definitely broken.
It needs a lot more than Scotch tape.
So until it can get above this 200 week, I mean, I don't think I would touch it personally. I
Where
don't
you
see
could touch it? How about you touch it at the moving average that you have drawn here?
Yeah, I like that. That's my 444. It was an average that somebody put me on to recently. It's like a super long term that somewhat works. I don't know.
No,
But
I have
By the way,
$90 is my Tesla target.
90. So if you see 90, that's that low from here.
so that average, Arjun, you have conforms with that little gap. You see that little gap there?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I didn't notice that.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, given that there's better setups that I see, I don't think I wouldn't rush in to buy this
I
yet.
would sooner buy Neo or XTab.
Yeah. I could see this going to 65. That's
Wow.
I really don't think that should be discounted because it's I mean it's a broken chart, and until I see some real buyers come in, I don't really know what to think. I mean, I would maybe nibble at your 90 level, but I'm not personally interested in this.
I'm going to buy at 90.
I think that's fine as long as you have that long-term vision. Yeah. Yeah. What else are people asking for? Let's see. We got.
Miso is Tim Kirk.
Yeah. Let's look at some miso. I've heard of this. Actually, I feel like I've invested in this one before. Yeah, I've
This
played
is the
this
one that stem cells like athesis.
Yeah, I'll go back to the daily real quick. Okay, so this is
It's an Australian ADR.
Yeah, I like that it's kind of converging. I'll go back to the weekly just because I wanted to see what it was doing. But yeah, it's okay. It's trading like right around this low of, even below it. Wow, this might be very cheap actually. And even before, I mean, it's basically at all-time lows. Yeah.
You know what I've been collecting at the bottom, RVYL. Could you chart that one?
Yeah. But yeah, for this one, I like this setup personally because it's since that low, it's kind of been making higher lows. So I think I would be willing to play this one small. This is
okay.
This is nice.
RVYL is a crypto play on the blockchain. They use the blockchain for payment transactions. I'm not quite sure what the company does, but it's a low market cap tech company that looks like it's got some legs. It's been moving up in a down market the last couple of days.
Yeah, this is a fun one. I mean, holy crap, this had. So I guess that was when Bitcoin was peaking.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, look at that recent. So that was a pump and dump there. Then this, yeah, I mean, similar to that miso.
That big line that you saw that you call pump and dump was earnings on the last quarter.
Okay. But yeah, I like this super high volume candle that we're seeing here. That's a great sign.
I've been adding from the bottom. I caught it at the very bottom. I've been adding over the last 3 days. I mentioned it on the show Tuesday.
You did.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm seeing something like this I mean, it's early to say, but that's kind of a trading range. It's pretty wide. But yeah, I mean, it's hot right now, so I might try to catch it on a little bit of a pullback, but maybe that doesn't even happen. I mean, this is a wild one.
This thing is running when all the other cryptos are going down. I love it.
Yeah, and it's so cheap. Yeah, I mean, today was great.
Look
Nice.
look at coin. Coin is collapsing every single day, another 10% down.
Yeah, I have zero exposure to crypto. There was a point last year where I just said I don't want any, and I haven't gotten any since. But I'll look into. Yeah, coin has been horrible. I like. Oh my god. Like, where is the bottom? It just makes new lows all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't touch this one.
Yeah, I
But
have no
you're in it,
interest.
Dr. J, right?
I own some, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
add.
I don't want this yet. Yeah, because it's just new low after new low. Like, prove to me, I'm just talking to the chart. Prove to me that this is the low, and then maybe I'll come in.
Yeah, it has to hold over time.
Yeah, because if we see the 20s, then the 20s can turn into the mid 20s. If you like this, you really need it to not have a number that starts with a 2.
We also have Geron listed for today, GERN.
Yeah, I can stay on for about 10 more minutes, so that works.
All right, let's
good.
wrap it up. Geron, GERN.
Yeah, let's do some Geron. Holy, whoa.
I was lucky enough to get out the other day at a pretty nice number. I made over $1 a share on Geron.
Oh, so you had like a 50% gainer. Wow.
Yeah, I had a nice gain. And I'm going to get back in below 250, which it closed at. I'm going to start to get back in. I'm not going to get back in at one time.
Yeah, this is interesting. So it's kind of wonky, but yeah, I mean, I'm bad at reading these charts. These are just violent moves.
It's hard to know what to say. It's bio-drek. It goes up on the news and then collapses.
Yeah. I mean, what I do like is before it made that move, like, it does look like this is support. There's a lot of touches there, but yeah, like, if today's low holds again, that's when I think I'd be in. If I see a retest of 234 or a higher low, maybe I'll nibble. But yeah,
I'm gonna get back in between $2.50 and $2. I plan on buying some tomorrow and some lower if it goes lower.
Yeah, it basically just bounced off that 100-day. It never even got back to the 50. So it's still above all moving averages, which is a good sign. But I guess don't be surprised if you get a retest of the 200 at some point.
A couple more bio-dreks before you go. DNA for Skyline.
Yeah. DNA. Oh, I know this one too. We used to do this one, right?
This one went public at about $10 from a SPAC.
I feel like I was in this one maybe once small. I don't remember though.
I've been in it, lost my money and got out.
Yeah, I don't like the chart. I mean, I don't know.
It's a Kathy Wood favorite.
Oh, that means it's probably terrible. Well, in the short term, I've given Kathy too much flack. She had a rough year. We don't need to rub it in. But yeah, I mean, with charts like this, just falling knife. I mean, you've seen this too many times with bios where you just keep seeing new lows. You don't want to bet big until
John Daly has 3 favorite stocks. I'm in and out of all 3 of them. Well, I still own LCTX, which is his very favorite one. Linear Cell Technology Inc.
Let me do one more energy one that I had a great year with. This Pampa Energy has been fantastic. I got in the 20s.
I remarked on Tuesday, I thought this was the best of your energy picks.
Oh, this looks so cool.
Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, I got in like somewhere in here, I don't remember, but my average is somewhere in there. But I mean, I like it a lot, but my question is going to become, what does it do once so it's already filled this gap.
Yeah.
So my question is, what's it gonna do once it gets up here? I think that's gonna be really telling. But even that's some pretty good upside.
I'd rather own this one than Tesla.
Yeah, I'd much rather own this than Tesla based on the chart. I think this is a really nice big Latin American energy play. This one's Argentinian. What's kind of funny is this one pumped when Argentina won the World Cup, which is just, I mean, I don't even know what to say about that.
Messi is a majority shareholder.
Yeah, maybe. But it's a beautiful shape. I like these, these ascensions. Every pullback gets bought. It's a nice chart.
Before you leave, we have to answer the question of the day that was posed by Andrew or somebody. Let me see. Tim, this is a question of the day. Hi, everyone. What comes first, Sava data or new Speaker of the House?
I think the Speaker of the House, of course.
I asked Kamal if he would do it because, maybe they would take him as a compromise.
Definitely not.
I think I'll say Speaker also, just because Sava seems to kick the can down the road.
Yeah, nothing happens quickly in Bioland.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Thanks for coming on. It was a great show. Stockpicks.com, STOKPIKS.com. You could watch the show and everything from that site. Get all our picks. Adios, amigos. Thanks for coming. Everyone, Cabinet Guy, Tim Kirk, Linus, Marco, everybody who's here today, Andrew.
Yeah,
Adios,
thank
amigos.
I like to listen, not to speak.
I lost my mouse again, so I can't exit the show.
Kamal, you got to tell me a new joke next time.
not on the air.
Kamal's jokes are not for public consumption.
Yeah.
No, I don't want them to go viral.
Yeah. All right. Take care, guys.
See ya.
Bye.